Hi, guys. This is Genesis with Genesis, the beginning of something beautiful once again. And this is Genesis Metaphysical Ministries. I wanted to come to you today with another tutorial. This tutorial basically is going to be about something that I've been observing in my world. How you learn about yourself and how you perceive yourself usually is by how you interact with other people and other beings in the world. And I wrote it down. So I wouldn't forget. But basically, I'm noticing how the devil, the adversary, the enemy, call him what you want. Satan, him downstairs. Another name for Satan is Stephen, a nickname for Satan. I'm noticing how the devil, they want racism, white supremacy, which is their system, their third dimensional system. I'm seeing that, as this program plays out, this archon-based program, as it plays out, these entities from 3D, they want racism, white supremacy to actually classify them and qualify them for matriarchal role and positioning. I feel like the goddamn devil has some nerve doing this shit. So, that's what I want to talk about today. You know what, though? Side note, I was just looking at my eyebrows or whatever. I did my brows today. Usually I use the Anastasia brow pomade, but I didn't use that today. I didn't use any pomade today. Just to let you guys know, I use my Morphe pencil for my fine detail and fine tuning of my brows. You see how snatched they are? They look so cute. I don't have any concealer on or anything. That's just my natural skin. Yes, that's my natural hyperpigmentation right there. So I use this Morphe pencil. What color is this? I don't know. Chocolate Mousse by Morphe. Okay. I use that. And then I use one of my tried and trues by MAC, because it's a few pencils that I use by MAC for brows and lips. I kind of interchange them. But this is a Photo Gravure. It's actually an eyeliner, but I use it on my lips. I use it on my eyes, as for brows, things like that. So I just want to show you how I did this. This is what it looks like when you use like a creamy pencil or whatever, as opposed to the pomade. Because usually when I'm on here, I'm using Anastasia pomade a lot because I grab that a lot. I love it. It has a nice stiffness to the product, and it creates a nice texture for the product to adhere to the skin really good without having to even set it a lot. So that's what I did today. Just wanted to let you know that. This is the face I'm working with. This is like a daytime look, when I don't want to, do too much, but this is what I'm working with this mauve lip I got going on. But anyway, we're going to get back to the tutorial. That was just a side note. I just wanted to tell you, some of the things that I've done before I prepared for this tutorial, because I wanted to look presentable to you guys as I give this information and these downloads that I continuously get from the Andromedan Council via my Andromedan ancestors and ancestral lineage. So thank you very much for listening to me on that. What I've been seeing in the world of the third dimension, because keep in mind, you have the third dimension and you have the fifth dimension is operating in the same space right now. I'm seeing these entities because they have nothing. They use other people's energy. And so I'm seeing certain entities from the third dimensional system. They want racism. They want white supremacy. They want that discrimination and all of these different things that came along with 3D. They want that to qualify them and justify them for matriarchy. As they do nothing, they generate nothing. They come in on what people have already established and want to dominate. And I find that fucking very offensive. How many times do we have to, as matriarchal women, see other people take on our shit as their own and don't even know what the fuck they're doing or talking about? Like, for instance, at my job, I have, a team of people, the males there, Usually a lot of what's classified as a black male, they usually do not like me. And I usually just don't give a fuck. So, but yet they'll mimic me. They'll copy me. If you look on my Facebook, I mean, everybody knows this. Everybody's seen this. Everybody's being inspired by this. But they're inspired by my Stay Woke earrings. So even though they have an issue with me as they're trying to eradicate and delete the very melanin dominant being that they came from, being the black woman, they want to take on aspects of you that they like, take on your identity, take on your character, and bastardize it and fit it to their own situation so they can dominate. I mean, it's just really sick. It's really sick. It's not going to work. They look stupid as they're doing it. And it's just stupid. But yeah, I'm seeing this. I'm seeing how, you had different, what I'm talking about right now, what this ties into is particular war tactics. Because keep in mind, the matriarchy was a warrior-esque system. One war tactic in order to dominate. When you take a certain extraterrestrial entity's operation and you flip it, you do it to them, you do it back to them backwards. You can dominate over that being. One thing about reptilians, they get you from the top, they get you from the bottom. They get you from the left, they get you from the right. So that's how they operate. They get you from the top, they get you from the bottom, they hit you from the left, they hit you from the right. So they're very, that's why their system is very hierarchy structured and is very like strategic, step by step. It's not a very creative operation that the reptilian has. But yet they were able to dominate. You see entities in the system of 3D, and this is something that I've learned in matriarchy and that I do. You have to be willing to take a pay cut. You have to be willing to sometimes take what may seem like a lower position in the patriarchy so you can dominate. Because you got to remember, that's to our advantage because the system of 3D is inverted. So, yeah, so these are like just the different war tactics. My job as the Andromedan is to come into the system and uninvert the system. That is our job as the Andromedan bloodline. We come in and we totally uninvert the system, which in turn is going to flip their system, which in turn is the war tactic that we use, which is uninverting an already inverted system. When you have inversion in a system, which is what the third dimension is about, a system of inversion, you have high levels of illusions. I mean, they can pass off pretty much anything. They can put lipstick on a fucking pig and pass this bitch off, you see, as a beauty queen. So that's the type of things that you have. One thing about matriarchy is it's a creative dominating system. It's a system of creativity. The dominating of this system, of my system, is not the same. It doesn't restrict people's spiritual and metaphysical or even biological advancement. The third dimension was like a fishbowl. You can only grow as far as your environment, And another thing about matriarchy, it's not a systemic system, it's a dimensional system. You had entities, we were dominating entire dimensions. So it leaves room for growth and it leaves room for dominant positions of many sorts, not just one or two constructive sorts, not just what they say, the 1%. We didn't have a system like that. Okay, so, but yeah, you're seeing, it's just funny to watch this program that you see in the third dimension, because how do you qualify to be a black, dark-skinned, melanated woman when you hate that very being? It's psychotic. How do you qualify for the anointing and the blessings that God has bestowed upon us and that we've tapped into and figured out and found out? but we should be discriminated against for being that very being, so you can be it. It's psychotic. So that's what I wanted to talk about. One thing I am happy about, you're seeing that it's about the sex, it's about the money. That operation is not working. People want to play the game with each other and dominate with deplorable sexual acts so they can take your resources. So they can take your identity. So they can take who you are. I can't stop. I was talking to my husband today, and I was, telling him about my Facebook page. And, I try to block. I try to, make it only exclusive to friends and things like that. I know it's a lot of people watching my page, good, bad, and indifferent. And, I try not to put too many of my creative ideas and things like that, because you have entities here that want to use your creativity to build abundance for themselves. At this point, that's not working as much. But I can't stop people from trying to steal my shit, or I can only stop them so much. That's what I'm saying. I can only stop them so much. In turn, it will still be to their detriment, because they curse themselves when they take certain things that actually do not belong to me. Excuse me. But it belongs to the ancestors that's giving me the downloads to be able to bring this forth towards the society. That's what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to talk about, and I'm continuing to talk about it, but you're seeing people that's trying to use the system of white supremacy to qualify themselves for matriarchy. And it's utterly fucking ridiculous. How can you disqualify me from my cycle for being a black dark-skinned woman? That's like me disqualifying a white blonde in her patriarchy for being a white blonde. That was her system. So one thing about these archon type people, they don't know how to stay in their square. Narcissists don't know when to stop. So what happens is they end up making themselves look fucking ridiculous. And this is what's happening. So, yep. So you're seeing that. A lot of that also is due to the patriarchy. They're rejects. They don't have positioning in the patriarchy, so they're trying to disqualify us for our matriarchy. Who's going to pay this cost? Because they don't generate anything. So, yep. So that's all I basically wanted to talk about. The solutions to this problem. Well, first of all, this operation is not working because they're trying to use an old, archaic system to qualify them for an even more ancient yet more advanced dimension. You can't use 3D to qualify yourself for 5D, which is a whole inverted system. 3D. 5D is the uninverted version. So that's basically what I wanted to say. The devil is not winning. The adversary is not going to win. They're making themselves look utterly ridiculous. And it's just good to see people fighting back. Like you're seeing in 3D, people use a management position. They use these different positions in matriarchy to try to create this fucking illusion that they were dominant. Nowadays, a manager doesn't mean shit to be a manager at a job. You know how many these jobs, first of all, they don't pay a lot of money. Like I live in Florida. It's a lot of people from New York here in Florida. The cost of living here is like New York prices, but they're still paying you $10 an hour. They're not paying New York money. Nowadays, a lot of these people don't even want to work these jobs because it's like they're not getting paid enough. You can quit a job and get a job like that. It used to be like that 20 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia. I could quit a job and get a job the same day. So a manager holding over you need this job as they're cutting your hours and all this type of bullshit and doing this. It's about the sex. It's about the money. That shit is not even working. A lot of these entities are low budget, low field, inferior beings that are not smart, not intelligent. So they need manipulative tactics to advance themselves. It's about the sex, it's about the money. Always remember that in 3D. If you know that, you can follow their system really good. And it's just like, it's not working. You're not going to dominate with this low field operation. It's about the sex, it's about the money. Above, it's about the love, it's about the soul energy. It's just not going to work. So that's it. I just like to come to you with these, updates. I like to come to you with these updates and let you know what's going on. And, it's all good news. It's all good news. So I look so cute. You see this? Okay, so this lip gloss, this is by Buxom lip gloss, and it's called Wild Orchid. It's like a mauve color. I did like a mauve color because mauve look real pretty on dark skin. So that's why I did that today. It's popping, non-stopping. So, okay, guys, thank you so much for listening to me, listening to my tutorial. I just wanted to bring you a little bit of, makeup. I know y'all gonna run out and buy it. You know what? Cut me a check. Motherfuckers from here to there, they gonna go out. What I just talked about, they gonna run out and try to buy it. That's fine. If you're inspired by me, I'm not here to be beautiful. I'm here to help you be beautiful. I'm not necessarily here to, be the Beyonce of the metaphysical realm. I'm here to get these downloads and to, bring them forth to you so you can be smarter than me. Greater things you will do than me. Just like Jesus said, greater things that you will do than he. So thank you, guys. I want to say once again, thank you. This is Genesis. Oh my God. This is Genesis with her metaphysical ministries. Genesis, the beginning of something beautiful. Okay. Bye. Have a great day.